late from the parking lot of the beautiful Sprouts. At least it was earlier in the year.
We're still alive, but we've been sucked of our blood.
Yes.
We had our annual blood test.
Hang on.
To make sure that we still have some.
Yes.
Am I on?
You're on.
I can't tell because it's facing you. We could have left. We could have done the show 15 minutes early, but Lon said it's better to go get our blood drawn and do it this late. So here we are.
Yes, I feel weaker.
We've shared a carrot juice and I've had 3 sips of Lon's coffee.
Yes.
So.
Anyway, we are late, and I wouldn't be. Oh, I see it. That we've got a few people watching here. When we're almost three hours late, here I'm going to turn this around.
People have real life.
Yeah, we understand. Other people have lives. And
well, I don't even know what's your show going to be about today.
I am.
You had plenty of time to prepare.
Yes, and I do have a wonderful, wonderful treat because I got such wonderful response from the now rare and hard to find Jack Parsons material that is almost totally unavailable. I don't know why, but there's just a wonderful little thing called The Witchcraft that he wrote, and I think it's just a marvelous little masterpiece, and it's just kind of perfect for a brief little boy are we late parking lot Tuesday.
Oh, well, don't worry, I'll take up a lot of time. I want to tell a story.
Tell a story.
I had nothing prepared, but then we had our blood drawn, and when we take a ticket, and you wait for a little while in a room full of people. We had our masks on. We were good.
Nobody else did, and there was an old guy coughing so hideously, and it sounded like he had 10 gallons of mucus in his lung, and he just coughed and coughed.
Don't talk about that. You're taking up my story time with mucus. Anyway.
It bubbled. It was.
Anyway, when I finally got, you go up and you take a ticket and then you go up to the desk and a nice receptionist will ask you your name and your birthday, and they will then they'll log that you're there, and they will say go sit down until your number is up on the screen. Anyway, but for some reason, and I was very fortunate this morning, the receptionist said, "Oh, you're the second Constance I've had this morning, and I don't usually get that name at all." And I said, "No, I don't know that many people named Constance either." And immediately she sort of locked eyes with me and started telling me that the last month her mother's been in the hospital with terminal cancer, and all through Christmas, and her sister put up decorations, and I was not feeling bad about her telling me this. I mean, it didn't feel like it was inappropriate or anything.
She just opened up and unloaded.
And it was lovely, and it was like a blessing. She was giving me sharing something in her life, and we had a lovely conversation, and I didn't actually, I don't want to say I consoled her. I told her lots of things like don't feel guilty, and that I'm 76 and an orphan. I still, say I want my mommy sometimes and my daddy too. Anyway, and she said she has so many bad, she's just so worried. And I said I was telling her she has so many, I didn't console her. I wanted to comfort her, which is different. Consoling is like, oh, you poor baby. We all are miserable right now. I totally feel your pain. I think that's kind of crap. But, that's what we tend to do because we don't know what else to do. But comforting is different. Comfort is like telling people the truth. God, if there is a God, is a comforting thought. That's why you get peace. That's why peace comes with samadhi. Because it's comfort. It's comfort, not consoling. Comfort is telling you the truth, like all those thoughts you're having about things just aren't true. You're just stressed out and don't know what to do, and you know, and everything you're worried about isn't necessarily true. You need a new perspective, and real truth is, you know, everything is not only going to be okay, it is okay, and healing. I like, my blessing is healing and peace and freedom from fear. And healing isn't necessarily healed from your cancer, but it's healed from the not having peace in your life.
That's why they call it dis-ease.
Dis-ease, exactly. It's exactly why they call it dis-ease. And healing and peace, of course, peace is which comes with truth. And freedom from fear. And I said, she's very afraid, and she totally agreed. I said, you know, you don't really have anything to fear, because you just get a different perspective. And she said she was, you know, she needs to take a break too, not because she's working at the same time. I'm going to take some time off to be with her. It was a long story, and we sort of bonded, just me standing there and her talking quietly, and
she was at the desk. She was
she was working.
She was
I did
working.
not feel,
Yeah.
you know, she was not wasting her time, because there wasn't a huge line or anything, and somebody else was doing something too. She wasn't the only one doing this, and I don't think it was inappropriate, and it was like a blessing that she gave me, even though I seemed to be, you know, we gave each other. It was mutual blessing, and I think that what everyone needs nowadays is to have accidental things like that, where what everyone wants to see in everybody else's eyes is "I love you," and then whatever comes after that will bring healing and peace and freedom from fear.
You might not believe this, but Jack Parsons, the Antichrist, is talking about the exact same thing as love. It's the love that we all have in common.
Well, I'm not,
If we could get in touch with that, we're also in touch with each other.
right, and if you're in touch with each other, it's
You're in touch with everything.
You have to be, or you're not going to be a Buddha. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you
I
very
need to
much.
Buy more stuff, because that's what I do for the week, for us to eat, because we eat a lot. I'm very grateful to everyone who eat a lot.
Well, it's not like we eat a
eat a
lot,
lot.
and it goes through us really fast.
I use up a lot more than Lon does, though.
Yes, that's true. I keep my energy.
His metabolism is slow, and mine's like a hummingbird. One doctor told me once. So okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to turn it back to me, and I'm going to try to set my thing up.
I beg your pardon. Okay, I am actually leaving.
Let's see if I can do it here.
I think the sun's right in it. Is that going to be appropriate?
The sun is in it. I hope you guys can see this.
I told you could put your blankie up on the window over there.
I could put the blankie up on the window.
Oh, did you notice that your light's falling out? Shove that back in right away.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry.
What do you mean, don't worry?
I said.
It looks like a...
It doesn't.
It looks like a hernia.
My
Car has a hernia. I'll show them. It's horrible. Car has a hernia.
The car has a hernia.
You're not going to show them. You're going to want to do this.
There it is. See,
It just fell out.
it's the little lamp there is prolapsed.
Carla will be okay. I will shove it back in, Carla. Lon's
Okay,
not
let
going
me-
to. Be adept, Lon.
These good people
Be a
don't want to
magician.
see. It doesn't really.
I'll do it. I'll do it later here.
What am I doing with this?
I don't know. You got to roll up your window and hang it over it so you can actually have some light not on the screen.
Oh, gee. But then I'll be hot.
Well, do it halfway.
I do nothing halfway.
You do things 3/4, 1/4 way. Here.
halfway
Oh
is
God, Lon, make it straight.
halfway is too much.
Exactly. Now,
My dad did
back,
things
Lon, back. Oh God, that way.
this way.
Yeah, but you have to actually pull it out the window. Okay, I'm leaving. I see this is going to be. I see this is going to be. It's going to be worse. I'm not taking responsibility for this.
I'm gonna delete this whole thing. I'm gonna start over.
No, you're not.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, dear. Now, what am I going to do here? Yes.
Up on the.
I got to roll down the window, and she's going. Okay, there you. Okay.
Now, up.
Truly, I would be totally helpless without this woman. I knew that. I knew that long ago when I was just completely frying on acid in the desert of Joshua Tree National Monument. I came home and I said, I cannot envision a future without Constance. Anyway, there we go. There's all sorts of essays in here, and they've been very, very scholarly organized and such by Hymenaeus Beta and I believe Martin Starr and others. At the time, it was issued free to members, at least members of a certain degree, of Ordo Templi Orientis back in 1989. And the good folks at Falcon Press were the official publishers and such. It's just a very nice, slim little thing. And the whole thing is called Freedom is a Two-Edged Sword, Essays by John Whitesides Parsons. Now, and I read quite a bit out of one of them. I believe it was day before yesterday. And then when I got responses and direct messages from people, I guess I needed to be reminded that it was so long out of print, and that when it was made available, like on eBay or by private sellers, it was extremely, I would say prohibitively expensive. So I had it out, and this is the one that was given to me. What page there? Given to me. Constance had one too, and is inscribed by our beloved Hymenaeus Beta there back in 1989. And I just want to read this one. It literally is a page and a half. And he calls it The Witchcraft. We are the Witchcraft. We are the oldest organization in the world. When man was born, we were. We sang the first cradle song. We healed the first wound. We comforted the first terror. We were the guardians against the darkness, the helpers on the left-hand side. Rock drawings in the Pyrenees remember us, and little clay images made of old purpose when the world was new. Our hand was on the old stone circles, the monolith, the dolmen, and the druid oak. We sang the first hunting songs. We made the first crops to grow. When man stood naked before the powers that made him, we sang the first chant of terror and wonder. We wooed among the pyramids, watched Egypt rise and fall, ruled for a space in Chaldea and Babylon and the Magian kings. We sat among the secret assemblies of Israel and danced the wild and stately dances in the sacred groves of Greece. In China and Yucatan, in Kansas and Kurdistan, we are one. All organizations have known us. No organization is of us. When there is too much organization, we depart. We are on the side of man, of life, and of the individual. Therefore, we are against religion, morality, and government. Therefore, our name is Lucifer. We are on the side of freedom, of love, of joy, and laughter, and divine drunkenness. Therefore, our name is Babylon. Sometimes we move openly, sometimes in silence and in secret. Night and day are one to us, calm and storm, seasons and cycles of man, all these things are one, for we are at the roots. Supplicant, we stand before the powers of life and death, and are heard of these powers, and avail. Our way is the secret way, the unknown direction. Our way is the way of the serpent in the underbrush. Our knowledge is in the eyes of goats and of women. It is our own force that sometimes shifts jeweled coils and mighty pinions in the breast of man. Our power is one with the powers that cause the God to stir in the hearts of the seed and the bud to burst into blossom and fruit. And wherever a man and a woman are united in one substance, our power is that substance. Merlin was of us, and Gawain, and Arthur, Rabelais, and Catullus, Guy de Rez, and Jeanne d'Arc, Demolensis, Johannes D. Cagliostro, Francis Hepburn, and Guy Duncan, Swinburne, and Eliphas Levi, and many another bard. Magus, poet, martyr, known and unknown, that carry our banners against the enemy, multiform and ubiquitous, the church and the state. And when that vermin of hell that is called the Christian church held all in the West in slavery of sin and death and terror, we and we alone brought hope to the heart of man, despite the dungeon and the stake. We are the witchcraft. And although one may not know another, yet we are united by an indissoluble bond. And when the high wild cry of the eagle sounds in your mind, know that you are not alone in your desire for freedom. And when the howl of the wolf echoes in the forest of your night, know that there are those who also prowl. And when the ways of your fellows about you seem the ways of idiocy and madness, know that there are also others who have seen and judged and acted. Now know that the power that we serve lies in the heart of every man and woman, as the tree lives in the seed. And to be with us, you have but to call upon that power. And you are as one of us. And when our power and joy have come upon you, you may go forth and do your will among men, and none shall say you nay. And if it be your will, you shall do your will secretly. And if it be your will, you will do your will openly. As you will. Therefore lift up your heart, saying, I am a man, or I am a woman, and in the power of life, and the power of life is mine. And in the power of life you shall live and love, accepting no restriction and placing no restriction. Freely